Okay. Should be back to normal? Good to see you guys. Yeah, guess who blue screened again? I'm sorry about that, everyone. My computer is getting on a little bit in age, and thank you, Maniacal. Yeah, friendly reminder about the donation goal. Again, you don't have to donate if you don't want to, but it does, like, help a lot if you do decide to. Again, always worry about yourselves first before worrying about me, but, like, yeah, I need to get a new computer eventually. I don't know when. It should last me until the end of the year, but there might be random crashes during future streams. I hope that was the only crash that we're going to experience this stream, but if there are any more, I might have to take a break for a while so I can accumulate some cash for myself. I don't like having crashes in the middle of streams, as you guys can imagine. But anyway, where were we? Right, court record. All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think very carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir, I'll do just that. I gotta stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. It's in a book. Just press the R button there.
Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? Let's see now. Date and time of death, 4/9 at 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Oh yeah, that's totally something that we're capable of. We totally cut that phone wire and electrocuted him with that. Yeah, sure.
According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, I don't know why I misread that. Electrocution. Oh my gosh.
Electrocution? How could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood?
What do you mean? Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
That's Winston Payne for you. He is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift.
Remember, Payne used to have an undefeated streak. That is true. And here we are during the start of it.
They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence?
No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it in old Greybeard's face.
Is that a Lord of the Rings reference? Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face.
Mr. Grossberg? Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are there as well. Grossberg, you should have more respect for the judge. I'm sure the judge has been told worse.
You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the R button, so be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim?
My superior... Oh my god, Marvin Grossberg was 61? You know what? I'm starting to realize what might have caused it. I just got informed that my PC has a driver update I need to update. I'll worry about that after the stream. Hopefully there won't be more crashes because of that. Super Hot Mew, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Why is the defense side presenting the evidence? Yeah. Welcome to Ace Attorney Hell. I've been through hell twice before. What can happen on the third one? Anyway, the superior head of Grossberg Law Offices, Phoenix, age 21. God, I forgot how young Phoenix is. My client, a third-year arts... Phoenix was an art student? All right, currently has a cold. Doug Swallow, age 22, the victim. He was a fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Dahlia Hawthorne, age 20. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend. Dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Winston Payne, age 49, the prosecutor for this trial. A veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. I don't know, the girlfriend? Oh, he studied law on the side. Okay. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here.
Dahlia Hawthorne, was it?
Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to at least picked up on you picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. See, that was the pun that I was thinking about. Lewd jokes. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story.
He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants.
Give a random Smash fact about this game. Okay, so the main reason why Phoenix isn't in Smash, aside from the previous reason, was there was too much lewd jokes in these games, and Sakurai has said it before, but Smash is a game made for good boys and girls.
Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness.
Do I want a frog video? I'm good, thanks. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? The defendant himself?
Well, Miss Faye, what's the problem with calling up the defendant up first, honestly? It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. That does not count as an objection, by the way. In real life, the prosecution can't do that. Well, Mr. Lawyer Pants, do elaborate for the rest of us who don't understand law.
Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Yes, my name is Phoenix Wright. Not Ace Attorney. My job is, right now I guess I'm a suspect?
No, he means what you did before you were arrested.
Oh, I'm a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of... But I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you! I'm telling you, I was...
Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us?
In a criminal proceeding, due to the defendant's right against self-incrimination, they cannot be compelled to testify against themselves. But the prosecution can't cross-examine if they are willing to get on the stand as part of their defense. This is why many criminal cases have the defendant never take the stand at all. Oh, okay. It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honor. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Oh, Phoenix.
I see. So you hardly knew the victim.
Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Oh, it looks like the judge understands.
You're being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be, this witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination?
He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination.
I know this makes sense for gameplay reasons, but this makes absolutely no sense in a real-life court.
The purpose is to determine if the witness's testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradictions?
If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client!
Even if he is your client, in court all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
Even though there was times where Phoenix told his client to lie like a dog, just saying. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now, that there was a lie? A contradiction? I already picked up on it, Mia.
Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Faye.
Please, Miss Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? I'm very curious what Mia's first case was like now, honestly. You would think that after failing it, she would have, you know, looked up how to do cases since then, but whatever. I admit I was there. Wrong button. Let's press it. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened, anyway. Ah! I can't believe the first objection went to Winston! Let's go! Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident.
A coincidence, huh?
But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. You say you found the body, so who called the police? Huh? Apparently, Phoenix sneezes every time he lies. Why does Winston get the first objection? Well, clearly he's just that good. I mean, have you seen that floppy, dappy hair of his? It's magnificent. He deserves it. Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police.
Other students?
That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock.
What? Is that true, Mr. Wright?
I am done making sneezing noises.
Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind?
Wait a second, I just realized. Isn't one of Phoenix's attacks in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 literally him sneezing? Did they actually take that from this? Oh my god.
Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. Can we stop using the word shocked? But I...
He actually has this outfit in Unlimited. Oh, that's awesome.
I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
I know he also has like a Miles Edgeworth skin too.
So, you didn't know his face or even his name, right?
Right.
Well, no, that is... I mean... So, which is it? Did you know him or not?
Yeah. Now see here, you can't avoid the questioning by you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day.
Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me. Why didn't he tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dolly.
Who is this Dolly person?
Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, I see. Ah, young love, so bittersweet.
But that's all I knew about him. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe.
Well, I already know exactly what I need to press here. Basically, it's him, Maya, and Miss. Wait, Missile is in Marvel too? I didn't know that. That's awesome. And each has a different color per outfit. That's great.
Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
That's right. I mean, why would I even...
But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright?
No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Oh, Phoenix. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt.
Cannot confirm.
Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean.
Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. Phoenix. Why? Yeah, that's inconclusive from that angle. I can't say for sure. This'll gets a bunch of different outfits, such as different canine. Yo, that's awesome! They actually got the canine warriors from Okami in there? That's great! And John Talbane from Darkstalkers. Very cool. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true! Cross my heart! I swear I didn't do it.
He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night.
May I ask you something, Miss Faye?
Yes, Your Honor. What is it now?
Who is this person anyway? This Union oh my god, Judge.
The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag.
Actually, random question. I know about the Union Jack being the name for the United Kingdom's flag, but does the United States have a specific name for our flag too? I guess stripes and stars? I guess that's probably the word for it? Yeah, let's go with that. Is it actually called freedom and liberty? Are you making that up or are you actually serious? Okay, because I can actually believe that when it comes to the United States. It is plausible, that's why I believed it. Oh, I see, so you mean like that... Should have waited. As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there is a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg! Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean. Stars and Stripes, Gold Glory, Star Spangled Banner. Eat your hamburgers, Apollo. Okay, Mia. Check the court record carefully. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? Yeah, I got this. I played enough Ace Attorney games. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do this. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia. One more time, from the very beginning of his testimony. You looked it up, it's called the Lone Star Flag? No, I kinda get it. It sounds western-y enough. Mia was so pissed off about losing that she spent a year without going back to court. I'll be real, that sounds like me when it comes to certain streams. Attorney's badge, proof of my profession. The first and last time I wore it was a year ago. Obviously, we gotta present the attorney. Okay. Objection. And second objection goes to Mia. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Faye, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! And Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? Maniacal, I swear I will slap you. You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. So can I just say... this theme, real good. I like how it's a cuter version of the usual cross-examination theme. You are lucky you're a mod right now, otherwise I would ban you right now. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me! Please forgive me! Mia, you made our client cry! Let him! That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway! That actually removed his mod chip too. I can't believe I trusted him! Mr. Wright was all wrong! That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Yeah, I figured. Did you catch Mia's insult just now? Yeah, Mr. Wright was wrong. Ah! Now give it back after the stream. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It was quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. About the letter on his shirt sweater. Yeah, I get it. Wait a second, I just realized something. What does the P stand for? Because like in Japan, I'm pretty sure his name isn't actually Phoenix Wright. So what does the P actually stand for in the original Japanese version? Or did they change it? Piss. Oh, they actually changed the letter. Oh wow, they actually changed the kanji? That's awesome. Piss. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... What's the medicine that you took in over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Oh. The P stands for Paracula. Hey, Seesaw, how you doing? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How'd you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Oh, surprise! He found a bottle of it at the crime scene! Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? I don't know if you recall, but that theme proceeded to be Phoenix's objection theme for the rest of the series. Oh yeah, I totally can hear it, honestly. Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene.
Tea. Expertly brewed too.
Hi, Flagra. You missed my computer crashing earlier. What's this? In the victim's hand, it's... Oh my god. Are you serious right now? Well, this is going to be relevant later. It's Cold Killer X! Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. Double objection. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. The victim's watch stopped at the time of... That's very convenient. Found clutched in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? This is really bad. Oh my butt. I did not need to think about Grossberg's buttocks today. Thank you, game. My poor... Can we stop talking about your stupid hemorrhoids? Gross, dude. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. Oh, by the way, since music is playing right now, I did want to ask the chat, how's audio going for you guys? I hope the game's loud enough for you all. When I first played this, you didn't know what hemorrhoids were. Audio's good? Good to hear. So we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. Hang on, 2:45. He died at 3:05. Huh. Audio seems good on your end? Alright. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 o'clock, we split up. Okay, shoot, that actually lines up. You learned about hemorrhoids through Geek. Why am I not surprised about that? Then later, when I went back, I found him... Why did you go back? I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. Or Achu. Achu. Gesundheit. I killed myself. You know, it's actually funny. I was watching Mulan this morning trying to fall asleep, and I just got to that part, and I don't know why. That's so really funny to me. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. I also watched live action Mulan. It was not good. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. I love the original animated movie. Oh, please, Miss Wright, don't tell it any more lies. I didn't find any specific lies in there. If anything, we just need to get more info out of him. Went because he called me. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never! But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person... We already went over this, Judge. How did you forget? Somehow I have a better memory than the old man. And that's saying a lot considering I literally can't remember things 2 minutes ago. Hi, it's kind of embarrassing. She's, my sweetheart. Oof, well, what was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Mia. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it's one of those nasty love triangles, I see. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals? Pharmaceuticals, let's go with that. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. An alchemist, I see. I gotta admit, I was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. He also had a suit of armor with him, but, you know, like, who doesn't? It was filled with chemicals and and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Uh-huh. Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? I kind of want to know more about the pharmacology department with the high voltage stuff. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. Is Is that normal? Is it actually normal to have such dangerous equipment in a school like that? High voltage cables. Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. You know what? I kind of want to see what they will say about the time aspect of things. So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they always do experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway. Witness, let's go on with your testimony. We talked a bit, and then around 3 o'clock we split up. So, what was it that you were talking about? You know, that maybe we should hang out again sometime. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. So, basically, if we ever want to know Phoenix is lying, just pay attention to how much he sneezes. And later, when I went back, I found him lying there. So, you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up? Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? March, April. This isn't April! What do you mean? You can get sick any time in the year! What do you mean April is an unusual time to get a cold? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. Like hell, for all we know, maybe Phoenix has, like, you know, allergies. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. Especially when your name is Phoenix Wright. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. Including Larry Butts. I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. Oh my god, I know where this is going. Dahlia murdered him, didn't she? And she's trying to pin it on Phoenix. I always eat with Dahlia. I knew it! He had lunch with her and she stole the bottle of pills there to plant it on the body. Just the two of us. I don't know why she did it, but I have my theory. Dolly's... I almost read homemade as homicide. Dolly's homicide lunches are just the greatest. Can someone write that down for a raid message? Homicide lunches. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Heh. Thank you, K-Roll.
Ouch! Why did you punch me in the jaw?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. My God, Mia. Something tells me someone's jealous.
I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if I should just have the judge go this entire time.
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl.
What part of me is little?
However, there is one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor.
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose.
I mean, there's a really, really obvious answer here. Also, for God's sakes, there's a freaking umbrella here. How the hell did no one pick up on that yet?
Your Honor,
Yes, Miss Faye?
I believe that we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now. We should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
We're defense attorneys. Why are we trying to figure out how someone died? Shouldn't that be how, you know, the job of the detectives and the police officers that we have investigating the crime scene for us?
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie.
But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes?
An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Huh, of course I know that. Actually, I had totally forgotten about that.
Now then, Miss Faye, let's see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
I mean, we kind of have it right here.
As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
Literally a toddler could have figured this out.
What? But there's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here.
You guys ever feel like literally everyone in the Ace Attorney universe are idiots?
I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly is this?
In this photo is the murder weapon. Why is my controller drifting? I'm using a pro controller right now. Why is it drifting? Well, it resolved itself now. Well, obviously the murder weapon is this. No, okay.
Well, naturally, it's right here.
That's... What is that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines that the pharmaceutical students use in their experiments require high voltage. And then we kiss. High voltage.
And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So the high voltage cable?
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order. I mean, yes, but that's irrelevant to everything, Maniacal.
Don't toy with me, old man.
Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable.
How However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant.
That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Oh my god, I found a proof. I just need 2 more. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints was on something besides the medicine bottle?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather jackets holds fingerprints quite well. You mean? Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print on the defendant's very own hand.
What?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Look at this graph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the...
Wait, wrong voice. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards a severed electrical cable.
Order! That's enough. I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination.
My God, Judge. Don't even give me a moment to respond to it.
Stick a fork in us. We're done.
Mr. Grossberg?
My hemorrhoids never lie.
I do not need to know, dude. Are you wearing a red suit because of your stupid hemorrhoids too?
Yeah.
Show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Your Honor.
At this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case.
How the hell are we going to come out of this one? We need a surprise witness.
You have something further to add, Miss Faye?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't just say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye? Aww. Puppy dog face Phoenix. Aw, my heart. Puppy dog Phoenix is killing my heart. No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Well, wait a minute! Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened. Oh my God, can you stop hogging all the objections, Payne? But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further. I did it. I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. Oh yeah, right, I forgot he had an umbrella. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! Oh.
What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was a murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we all absolutely convinced you are.
I mean, I played Phoenix for actually, this is my 5th Ace Attorney game, technically. So, yeah, I don't think so. We'll see. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time, I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
Hemorrhoids!
What? What? Was this the right time period? Wait, what? Was this actually the time period of the Harlem Shake? Hang on, I need to see when this game came out. Hang on a second. This came around, okay. Japan, it was 2004. America was 2007. I want to say that was added in a later release, but you're unsure about that. Was the Harlem Shake around 2007? That was always there. I thought the Harlem Shake was like a 2010 thing. There is no way. This had to predate the Harlem Shake meme. The only changes were typos and continuity errors. This had to predate the Harlem Shake then. Apparently there are two different Harlem Shakes? It really, Dinah? Okay, what do I know then, I guess? I was like, there is no way that they referenced the freaking Harlem Shake for this. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. There was a dance called the Harlem Shake from the 1980s. Oh. Really? Okay. I guess we can go with that then. Wikipedia says the Harlem Shake was mainstream in 2001 as a dance theme came. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. But what cut the cable to begin with? He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that. Yeah, but again, how did the cable come free to begin with?
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But, when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Aww. Poor Phoenix. You are a doofus.
Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that'll prove it. Oh, look at puppy dog Phoenix face right there. He's so sad. Oh.
He is our doofus Seesaw, and that's why I wish he'd be the final character in Smash. I know it's not going to happen. Phoenix is too small time to be a major final character, unfortunately.
That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. So, what kinds of things did Mr. Swallow say to you?
He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said she was a bad girl. Oh, I'm sure you wish she was a bad girl. Okay, I should stop there.
Is that all?
Yep.
Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself.
Oh boy, you're not doing yourselves any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is.
Anyway, after he said that, I lost my temper and gave him a shove. I mean, to be fair, Phoenix is a good guy who cares about his girlfriend. He's just, you know, quote-unquote defending his honor. That sounds bad.
Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail?
That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. And then I just shoved him. Yeah. Yeah. Not even a punch, just a yeah. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the... Yes, light, gentle shove. Wait a second. When you did that, there were no severed cables anywhere to be seen, right? A shove to the chest. Right, there was nothing like that at all. But it is possible that you merely How do you overlook a broken, loose electrical cable? Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap asphalt.
I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony witness.
At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise.
Loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like snap, crackle, pop. I even sounded like a switch sound. You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. Does electricity sound like snapping? More of a crackle. Also, objection. You're not qualified to decide that.
What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try and remember what it was.
How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack?
Could it have been? Yes, could have been. Hurry up and tell us.
When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it. Why is this reminding me of a certain anime death from an anime I watched? He fell right on top of it and it broke. Do not look up that anime, by the way. It's actually really graphic. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Okay. Good one, Phoenix. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone, and you're wearing a sweater on a rainy day like this? What's wrong with you?
Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in the testimony just now?
Well... This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important! No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. Ah, how perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
And suddenly decided to swap his voice at the last second, didn't I?
The court agrees to the defense request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella.
So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella? And are you certain of this?
Yeah, it was right there under him. Under him! Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself. Phoenix, one crime at a time!
The umbrella, you mean? Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing the sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love.
Mia, can you slap someone?
Oof! My stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia!
Oh my god! Random question, did they ever animate this in the anime? I'm really curious they actually animated Mia slapping Grossberg around in the anime.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Continue on with your testimony, witness.
A little while after I left, I started to get worried.
After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away? Yes, I did! I admit it, I was furious!
You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition? Well, yeah, but like I said, I got worried about him later. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead!
At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime?
Nope. Nobody. Oh no. Oh no. I see where this is going. You're trying to cover up for her, aren't you?
Jeez, could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier?
In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer.
Phoenix. Oh no. Does Phoenix actually know it's Dahlia? And he's covering up for her?
Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from that testimony, my dear. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Right now I need more info. Info that'll help me turn up some contradictions.
I think I already got one. He fell on top of his cheap umbrella. Before I do that though, just want to check something. Okay.
Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning?
Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right.
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No!
Order, order, order! The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene.
I want it presented as evidence immediately.
Umbrella, owned by the victim, found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. According to the testimony and by all laws of aviation, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. Yeah, hurricane freaking.
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment.
No! Or, you know, innocent until proven guilty and all that.
I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony.
Well done, Mia.
Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honor, but it seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Let me guess. You have another witness. Exactly! This witness's testimony will be incontrovertible? Is that even a word?
Well, who is this witness?
Mr. I knew it! I knew it!
Dahlia Hawthorne. You don't mean Dolly?
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very young lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Incontrovertible. Adjective. Not able to be denied or disputed. Huh. There really is a word for everything in the English language. I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. I can cause controversy. Also, that hair wave by Mia. That was really... Bad news. You couldn't be more wrong. Oh my god! Mia being confident is such a turn on right now. Ah! Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious.
Mia, what do you mean by that?
Hey, Woot, how you doing, man?
I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess.
As will I. Time for intermission, everyone. I'm joking.
Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
April 11th, 11:52 a.m. Oh, wow. That actually lines up with how long I've been going. Yeah, like just a short 10 minutes. Wow. That actually lines up really well. District Court Defendant, Lobby number 3. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy! You can't be serious! After hiding such important facts?
But the next witness is Dolly, right? She'll save me. I know she will. Heh. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
Sure, no problem.
Dahlia and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very court.
Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Oh, okay. I don't know how art and lawyering works, but sure. Lawyer on the side. Firm side, can you confirm to me how studying to be a lawyer on the side is really hard?
One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. Uh-huh.
That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. Oh, night law school exists? Really? Considering how often you tell me how hard it is when you were studying in law school, I figured it'd be a lot worse. Looks in the camera like you're in the office.
Fair enough. As soon as I set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me.
Oh, here, take a look at this.
She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this.
So she gave it to you as a present, I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dottie.
It certainly is a little bottle, all right.
It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Oh, Phoenix is precious, and I am sad that his girlfriend is going to kick his ass. He is totally betraying him, and I know all kinds of terrible things is going to happen because of this.
A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating.
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me.
Please give it back.
Oh. Well, I have a motive now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
Uh-huh. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne, 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it?
Huh? Yeah, it was, but how did you...
This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse.
Oh boy, let's see the shoe drop. Let's go.
What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the court...
Murder? Oh.
What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I right?
An article from August 28th, almost 8 months ago.
I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg.
Very little information has been disclosed at this time since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim.
Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going.
I don't know how the bottle is going to relate to all this, but I am piecing it all together now. I am smarter than y'all think. Maybe. Hopefully. Please.
I need to finish this myself.
Yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what I can find.
Gee, I wonder who's going to be a surprise witness with evidence later. Yo, Kojin! You're not staying long, you want to play these games for you? No worries, Kojin. It's all good. Thanks for at least dropping by. Good to see you, dude. Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We better all get moving.
I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Yo, Maya, welcome back. We just got done with the part 1 of the trial, so we're about to head over to part 2. Oh yeah, they go and just play the fucking song from Justice for All. How's Grossberg been? Talk about his hemorrhoids. A lot. Like, needlessly so. And now he's gone, so we don't need to worry about that anymore.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who have witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. And I'm predicting right now that she's going to be the murderer. She murdered him, and she also murdered the lawyer in the courthouse 8 months ago. What's with this stiff silence?
In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It is my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
Ugh. I can't believe he actually said that. Pain. Oh, and now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
I am so ready to shut down this game and go play Animal Crossing. If anyone can say anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them down to size. My God. Isn't the judge married? Is Red on my island today? You know what? I'm not sure. How about I go check? No. I think Red was on my island on Monday? No, he wasn't on my island yesterday. He might be on my island today. I'll check later. Simps. All of them. Hey, side effect.
And I will bash them with my gavel.
Also, Judge, don't you have a wife? I know for a fact that you talked about your wife before. The judge is also an old man, and this is a uni student. That is also another good point, Burmsai. Oh my God. Red, white, no, he's in the first game. Not wrong. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. Also, someone get some bug spray in here. There's a few flies flying around her. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we may move on now. What is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. Oh God, of course she studies literature like I did. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Can we get through this case a little faster? The honor is all mine!
No, the honor is all mine!
Well, we know who's... Ah, girl! We all know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. She doesn't even have milkshakes compared to you, Mia. Like, seriously. She really doesn't.
Sir? Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever is on your mind.
I'm sure there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. Feeny! 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 I just know it.
Yes, I can see why you say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Do you think they gave Winston his hair back just because they want to look like a boner?
Yeah.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
I cannot wait to see her breakdown. Is her breakdown going to have her snatching a butterfly out of the air and devouring it? That would be really funny.
I had been planning to go back to Feeny place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn.
And someone get some deodorant for this man, please. Thank you.
Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I would never.
That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. Tee-hee.
You haven't changed.
Wait, what? They know each other?
Mia Fey.
They know each other. Oh.
Oh, what's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes. We've met before. Once.
In any case, Miss Fey, the floor's all...
Wait a second. Okay. Don't answer this in chat, guys, but like... does 8 months count as a whole year for certain people? Was Dahlia the... I wonder if the reason Dahlia was at the courthouse 8 months ago related to her case. You would sometimes shorthand 8 years to a year. Okay, I think I'm starting to see where this is going. It does if the new year turns over. You know what? Fair enough.
It's good to see you again, Madame Fey.
Madame? I'm no one's grandma yet, girly. No, I do that sometimes too, side effect. I usually do it as a joke when it's January, though. Oh yeah, I did that last year, aka 1 month ago. Girl!
I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over.
Now, unless I'm mistaken, Feeny, I mean, Mr. Wright is in the art department. Oh man, I haven't seen you since last year. Yeah.
If that's the case, then what are you doing by the pharmaceutical building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese.
You are doing a really bad job of making sure that these games stay in the United States game. Japanese Senryu poetry.
Oh, ho, ho, how wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
This old man is cultured.
Nothing left to do when a man reaches this age. Sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through the back area.
Yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation?
I mean, for all you know, there might be a backdoor entrance. Maybe there's like an employee parking lot. You never know. Then again, you're a lawyer. You probably would know that, actually.
Beanie and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. So, who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry, Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway?
How can you be? Oh my god, look at those crocodile tears. My god, game. Okay.
I would never eavesdrop.
That ooh-woo cry face.
I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
Like you.
That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to her level.
Simps! All of you! Simps!
Why am I being demonized here?
Please go on. What did you see next?
Then suddenly Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right? It's interesting rewatching this trial ever since the term Sims became a thing. Yeah. You know, I know Twitch basically banned the word Simps, but I'm gonna be real. Has anyone actually seen them actually taking action against people for saying it? Because I haven't. I don't know if they actually enforce it. Famous last words? By my word, Twitch will not take down this stream because I said the word simps.
I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, I know the judge will get angry with me.
So what should I do about her testimony just now? I guess try to show a contradiction.
Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never.
Teach me how to Dougie, teach me how to... Oh, God.
Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition.
That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne.
The death glare of Mia Fey. Oh my gosh.
The defendant's palm print was not paw print, was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It had already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim.
Oh my god, is Dahlia smarter than I'm giving her credit for? she's trying to make us blame Phoenix. Oh, clever. Very clever. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor, I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. And probably not good. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that moment, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. God, these butterflies are actually annoying the hell out of me. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge.
Did we ever find out the judge's name? I'm pretty sure we only know him as the judge, right?
No, then please proceed with your testimony.
I went to go and find some other students and they called the authority. It didn't look like they were fighting and I didn't hear anything unusual either, but we called the authorities. Okay. I don't think it has an official name other than the judge. Alright. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their... I will save that for later. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? Very fond. That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. Students knew what was going on? But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed all kind of excited about something. It doesn't look like I'm about to get any more info about the students. So, did the students call the police? Yes, I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear.
That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie, and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Who the hell says way to go to yourself? Oh my god, this is making me love Mia even more. You get to see all her... I wouldn't say flaws, but like... foibles. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deeper to find a contradiction on this one. Okay, let's see now. Been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Her quirks, as it were. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. Went to go find some other students. Useless, useless. Maybe. Useless. 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 Not useful. Not useful. Not useful. Oh boy, what do I got? Sometimes you need to give yourself a pep talk when no one else will. That is true, Dinah. I don't do that because I have imposter syndrome, but It looks like they didn't were fighting and I didn't hear anything unusual either. I already pressed everything. There's really not much else to press. I need to find a contradiction. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Been planning to go back to Phoenix Place after class was over. They were talking behind the building. I guess this counts as behind the building, sure. Stopped at the time of death. Wait a second. I didn't see the moment he pushed. That's not very useful either. I can't really think of a contradiction in that. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual. There we go. Loud sound when it happened. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. God, that hair flip, I love it. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I didn't mean to hit that. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. Double objection! But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise, like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer?
By all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. What is this music that plays at the beginning? Like that da 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 da. That sounds like an after-school special ending on PBS. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones. Oh no, has her headphones on. She can't hear us. Ah! And I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. Thor in Japan, now that is a movie I want to see. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Part of her theme? Oh, I'm sure. Thunder and lightning, huh? Very frightening indeed. Can't have Thor anymore. Disney owns that now. RIP. Even though, you know, Thor is a mythological figure that has shown up in plenty other media. Yeah, sure. Disney straight up owns Thor. Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Oh yeah, there is a new Loki tonight. How many people here is actually watching that? I've been watching it with Maniacal and Green Power Star. It's been really good. Probably my favorite of the Disney Plus Marvel series so far. Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that totally changes this whole case. Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony. Oh yeah, because they swapped it to Wednesday nights now, right, Mayo? Yeah. Enjoying so far? That's good to hear. I can't wait for to watch the episode later tonight.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Oh my god, I didn't realize this also was a Final Fantasy 13 game.
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right?
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was why can I not say the word today? Electrocution. Isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh.
I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? And please don't tell me it's about a university student. This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt.
You like to think his mind is a monkey with symbols? Oh, so like yours.
It appears the defense may be onto something.
He is the mind. His mind is but an enigma.
Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
All right, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that knocket. I've heard that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor.
I've been just slowly transitioning to his actual voice.
We found there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
Also, since Dirt Dog didn't catch it.
What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence?
This
Affidit? I think it's pronounced affidit. Yeah, I think it's pronounced affidit.
Now, who is this affidavit from?
I can understand knowing there's no lightning strike, but specifically at that location? I mean, yeah, affidavit. Affidavit, thank you, Bermside.
I feel like there is a way to track lightning strikes. I'm not entirely sure how they go about it, but I believe there is actually a method to it. The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their lab that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 o'clock p.m. that day.
I missed an objection, but I already put it in already, Dirt Dog. Don't worry about it. Yo, DK. Easy. You climb up to a high place and hold up a long metal rod. Oh, no. You can always, like, do the, flying kite method. That always works.
Was it a blackout?
All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. High voltage? So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely! They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed on the autopsy report.
Exactly! In other words, the victim died as a result of touching... Excuse me. As a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables have become so brittle that even the smallest bump can cause them to break.
You would think that you would actually have them replaced, but what do I know?
However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it would have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Oh, well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of this severed cable?
Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
It has to be the umbrella when it broke again. No, but it was fallen upon, so it broke there, right? Like, it can be either one or two things. It's either the umbrella or the Phoenix testimony. I mean, I can always present a person. Well, obviously it's Dahlia. Okay, I can't follow that train of thought, but still.
Generosity tea. Expertly brewed too.
Yo, Rabbit, long time no see, dude. How you doing? Thank you so much for a host. But yeah, trying to figure out who the heck causes the cable to break. I'm gonna go with the umbrella. Maybe the umbrella broke against the cable. Not broke the cable, but smacked against the pole, and that's how the umbrella broke, and that's what caused the cable to break. Please be right. 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 No. I figured as such.
I believe the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense.
Excuse you, sir. Ah, that was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Ugh, ouch, that was harsh. One more chance. Oh wow, it didn't even cost. Wow, it didn't even cost me any points. Okay. If it's not the umbrella. Ah, god damn it, I gotta present Phoenix, don't I? Or maybe it's Doug. No, not Doug. I don't want to blame Phoenix, but we might have to go with him at this point. I was really hoping it wasn't Phoenix I had to present, but it looks like it is. Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defense testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Oh, could I have presented the testimony? I guess that's another option, okay. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that?
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right into Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Some games allow you to present multiple things with the same result. I figured as such. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted as I played with my pompadour. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into the pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted.
There are also some times when a wrong answer rolls on in an explanation you wouldn't otherwise get.
And no penalty. What? That can happen? That's weird, but makes sense. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Order in the court.
Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. Oh my god.
It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have...
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? Oh my god. What kind of bullshit are you going to pull on us now? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. Uh-huh. What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, please? Mr. Judge, is no one going to question the fact that she's trying to indict Phoenix? The inner laminations of his mind are a euphoria. You mean Enigma?
Of course, it's alright. Go right ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. The truth is, Beanie put— What? Twice? The first time was into the electrical pole. How do you know this? You said you didn't even see it. That's when the cable broke. You didn't see it! Then Dougie tried his best to— What? What? Is no one going to call out her bullshit on this? But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. Uh-huh. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute. Time of death was 3 o'clock. Less than a minute. Hang on. Let me see if I can rotate this. Well, I also have to flip it horizontally, but hang on. Yeah. 3:05. Yeah, totally. Less than a minute. I totally believe you. I believe you on everything you just said. Yep. Cool. Beanie is hardcore, dude.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just had to tell the truth. Oh my god, I am going to slap a bitch. Am I doing the right thing? Am I Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Faye, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Uh-huh. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl! Oh my god, I want it. I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me? I wonder if there's a reason why we never see fan art about Dahlia. Look at those croc tears.
Of course he won't. This is called perjury.
Oh, come now. It was just a little white lie.
Simps! All of you! S-I-M-P-S! S-I-M-P-S!
Well, forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all.
Old man, you're married. And you're probably 7 times her age.
The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke.
S-I-M-P.
Squirrels in my pants! So you're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole?
Oh, I know, Woot. I know.
I know he doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be.
Oh yeah, like, you know, he's fought, you know, super villains, abominations against nature, goddesses.
Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Oh yeah, I forgot he also busted down a door in the second game. That was really awesome.
So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watch the scene unfold? Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness! I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
What?
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both and that they would give each give the fight their all.
What?
That's very sweet of you to be.
What? Judge, come on! What happened after that? Oh my god. I can't believe these people are falling hook, line, and sinker for all this tripe. But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. Ugh.
That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket? Well, no, there weren't. Madame Faye, may I suggest you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he?
I mean, you can leave face prints. I'm pretty sure that's a thing that can happen, right? Ugh. The cable snapped and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry. I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
Yo, people sorry. He crashed Bandicoot into him from behind. Accurate.
That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere, and I already know where it is. Right at the end. All occurred in less than a minute. Not that, not that. Boom. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a moment. Could you please take a look at this picture?
I'm glad I picked up on that really early.
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes, and your point is,
Miss Faye. Judge. Come on, how many cases have you presided over now?
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug I almost said Hawthorne. Doug Swallow.
order in the...
This is nonsense! The real murderer?
Triple objection!
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Quadruple objection!
Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
I love that music there, by the way.
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer?
Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer?
That was our pursuit theme. Dude, the pursuit theme in this game is so good. I like it a lot. It's a lot more serious, but it's also really heart-pumping. I love it.
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready.
Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer?
Marvin Grossberg, come to the stand. I'm just kidding.
It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. How can you? The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. It me. I'm the real killer. I did it.
Oh, you did? Oh, never mind, Burbside. Well, either way, I like that song a lot.
Me. I killed him. I did it. Me.
Order, Miss Faye. What I mean, why not as with a...
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands.
Oh, here comes the butterflies.
How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye, this is a very serious charge you are.
Yo, haven't heard that in a while.
Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say.
Phoenix, please don't put your foot in your mouth, please. You have a mask over it already. You don't need a mouth in there, your foot in there too.
You, what is it?
Please strike at everything the defense said just now for Phoenix. Oh.
What the? Are you daft? You're you're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Oh, Phoenix. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat! Bailiff, grab that man!
Ah! Leave my Dolly alone. Phoenix.
He's gotten himself way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
It seems I arrived just in the nick of time.
Nick of time? Eh.
I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
A report on the incident 8 months ago. Oof. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. In real life, the defendant gets to pick the strategy even if the lawyer disagrees with. Really? So if Phoenix says don't accuse her, in real life, Mia would have to back off. Really? That's actually really interesting. I'm curious about that case. Tell me about that later.
You better get a good look at it. It, details how you...
Okay. Oh. Details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Oh.
Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, I
Let me take a look at this. Incident overview. Location. District Courthouse Cafeteria. Date time, August 27th at 4 p.m. Victim. Diego Armando. Age 28. Occupation. Lawyer. Suspect. Dahlia Hawthorne. Age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim. Coffee cup. Coffee cup, you say? No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Oh. I think I'm starting to see the twists in this game. Traces of poison were found in... Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's for later. May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. That is, go right ahead.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this.
I am gonna slap this man. How could you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. Ludicrous speeds! This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months. Wait a second! I'm not touching my controller! I am not touching my controller! Hang on a second, be right back.
You know the weird thing? I'm not playing on Joy-Cons. I'm playing on a Pro controller right now. And to be more specific, this is the Xenoblade 2 Pro controller that I got as a gift. And it costed them $90. Okay. And yes, Tropical Freeze was here. You're welcome. Anyway, hopefully controller will behave now. You've been witnessing drift into Pro controller nowadays too. Very disappointing indeed. I really would like... I've also heard that Dalt, like, Smash Tune's PS5 controller has been drifting recently, too. Why is a lot of modern controllers drifting nowadays? I would appreciate it if the video game companies can fix that. Please and thank you. Also, I'm sorry to realize what this bottle contains. Every current console has drift issues. Yeah, I wish they would fix that. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. Lower industry standard hardware standards? Maybe. I know that they all use the same manufacturer, if I recall correctly. Firmside told me that PlayStation and Nintendo use the same manufacturer for their controllers. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet? Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony about what?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
Double objection! The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason.
Very well then, the court grants the defense requests. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. How I Met My Feeny. And this is how I met your mother. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. The ending sucked. We've been going out ever since that fateful day.
We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think.
Oh my god, I just realized that it was Phoenix saying it. Phoenix, you... I can't tell if Phoenix is being a bigger simp or not in regards to this.
Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her!
I pretty much gave Grossberg and the judge the same voice. Sorry about that, guys. I can't really do old man voice very well. Alright, 8 months ago. So, until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself.
No, not at all! Look at me! I'm infamous for changing my...
Phoenix does have an excuse. He is actually dating her.
My critics have been
even taken to calling me Judge Finkel. I wonder... You know what? I wonder if that's actually that might be a reference to his actual name. Maybe his last name is Pickles. Oh, surprise! Tommy Pickles' other grandpa is actually the judge from Ace Attorney. Boom! We solved the mystery.
Maybe you should look for a different line of work.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict.
Wait, what? Really? The judge has never handed down an incorrect verdict? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he handed down an incorrect verdict before, and then it had to be overturned within the next 2 seconds. Also, hey, it's better than all your female voices. And now for the rest of the stream, Mia will now be played by a Valley Girl.
That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini.
Oh my god. A permanent wrong verdict. Now that's more accurate.
It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your...
Okay, I can't keep that up. Mia is not a Valley Girl. That does not fit her at all. It fit for Midna, not for Mia.
That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Mia Dana. Yes.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you, if this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case.
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. I'm gonna wait and see on this one. Mia, if the judge gets any angrier, you'll lose the whole case. I'll just have to hold my tongue for the time being.
Now then, young lady, please go on with your testimony. Tell us about the time you first met Mr. Phoenix Wright.
So what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? My god, girl. Lay on that burn. In my personal opinion, he just looks like a... Wow! Tell us how you really feel, Mia.
Perhaps to a woman your age, but...
Oh! Oh no, you didn't! But to me, Feeny is handsome. These girls are going to have a massive cat fight right in the middle of this courtroom. Lots of scratching, hair pulling, and everything. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen. Oh, poor Phoenix. I love you.
Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example...
Pain, you have a wife too, and you're simping for this for this freaking college student? Are you kidding me, dude? For shame. Get his wife in here so she can pull him out by the ear. For shame.
He's telling the truth. It was truly, truly shocking.
beautiful mushroom growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung.
That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my Phoebe.
Poor Phoenix.
We've been going out ever since that fateful day.
Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow?
No, none at all. We part on very good terms.
But that can't be. Our investigation also shows that was a clean breakup.
Huh. Are you sure?
Yes, it seems that they both wanted it that way.
Uh-huh. So the victim wanted to break up with her. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you?
Well, you see...
What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like
This. Dude.
By the way, I
have never once considered leaving my wife. I have no shame in ruining your unbeatable record.
No one cares, Mr. Payne.
Thank you, Judge. She didn't deny it. That must mean Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature.
Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is find a contradiction in her testimony.
Met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. I mean, okay. Fine. It's like you were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. I might need to press her on the basement reading room part.
Doing Edward's frustrated courtroom pose. I was doing Phoenix's despair pose.
Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well, young lady. I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. You were writing a paper? On what? On the relationship between modern Senryu poetry and the criminal...
Okay.
Ho ho ho! That sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten. But I've forgotten. Again, the midlife crisis stuff.
Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully.
Alright, thank you for giving me that hint, game. District Courthouse Cafeteria. Do you... I guess the real question is, where do I press her on? Well, not press, but present on. I can either do the paper or I can do the courthouse basement reading room. Oh, wait, I can present this. I can present a newspaper clipping. What? Well, I just got one just now, Dirt Dog, but apparently I got the wrong one. What do you mean that doesn't count? Whoops. First penalty of the game, everyone. Oops.
You came to do research for a paper you were... Yeah, but like, I totally had like... Yeah, this thing was talking about like a 19-year-old female college student. This is totally talking about Dahlia. Maybe I presented on the wrong thing. Maybe I'm supposed to present the newspaper clipping here?
Nope. Objection denied. Okay, that was a failed objection. Do we count that one? Yeah, count it. Maybe I'm supposed to present it on the fact that they met 8 months ago? Or do I present a newspaper clipping? Do I need a hint? Let me try all my options first. Nope, not that one. I feel like I have the right idea. I definitely have the right idea. I'm just not picking up on exactly where I need to present. We were destined to meet in this very courtroom's basement reading room. But this takes place in the courthouse cafeteria. Unless there's something I'm missing. When in doubt, save scum. Yeah, no kidding. Very little information is being disclosed at this time since the victim of yesterday's incident is said to have been a lawyer. However, questioning the 90-year-old female college was sitting with the victim. It has to be the newspaper clipping, right? Because, like, okay, here's my logic. The reason it says she says that she was in the courthouse's basement reading room, but the newspaper clipping says that she was actually in the district courthouse cafeteria. It has to be this, right? What do you mean it's not that? Also, Nightbot seems to be not picking up on objections anymore. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, we got an extra objection in there. Oh, no. Nightbot, why? Nightbot, why? All right, well, ignore the next objection, Dirt Dog. Yeah, Bermside, I'll take that hint now because apparently I cannot figure this out. I'll take a hint. Because I feel like I am in the right line of thought that she was in the basement reading room rather than the cafeteria. Unless I'm missing something really obvious here. You need to present on the statement you added by pressing. I'm pretty sure it's the newspaper clipping. But just in case, you never know what will happen. Let's be safe than sorry. I'm pretty sure it's the newspaper clipping. And I was wrong. I think it's faster to actually close and restart. Oops. Well, I just lost the tutorial case, everyone. Okay, police report. There we go. And rest in peace, Phoenix, executed at a young age. Da, 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 da. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? I feel like both answers would have worked, honestly. I feel like both the newspaper clipping and the police report would have worked. What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
His bad ending timeline where Phoenix lost his case and was given the death sentence. He never became a lawyer, therefore he never defended Maya in court, and therefore Mia was the one who was never avenged, and therefore Maya went to jail and got executed as well, and therefore the entire Faye bloodline ended with her. Oh no, Pearly is still alive. Never mind. The Faye timeline continues with Pearl. Isn't a newspaper thing about something slightly different? Yeah, exactly. The newspaper clipping specifically talked about the victim being a lawyer as well as the 19-year-old female college student. So therefore, that's actually referencing Dahlia. This doesn't even mention Dahlia. Oh, wait. This doesn't even mention Dahlia. Dahlia Hawthorne. And this is why I need to pay attention to my evidence a little better. Morgan Faye wins, yay! And Edgeworth is later found guilty. That is true. Edgeworth is, therefore, was the murderer of his own father's case, and Von Karma wins. Well, Franziska gets to keep her father. Yay! Larry is in jail too, that too. The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. God, I need to pay attention to those reports better. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? If Phoenix died, we wouldn't have even gone to Edgeworth being accused of killing his dad. Just Edgeworth killing Boat Dude. Merry Christmas! That's a good point, because the only reason that Edgeworth killing his dad was brought up was because Phoenix investigated it. And then like boat shop owner guy, Yogi Yanni also gets away with murder. In the supposed timeline, Edgeworth might have also confessed. That is also true. Oh, you know what? Another thing. Oh my god. Oh my god, why am I blanking on her name? Assistant girl for Case 5 of Ace Attorney 1. Her sister would be pronounced guilty and be sent to jail as well. There's also that. So the yeah, Emma loses her sister. Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
Order! This is unbelievable! It's true that the loveliest rose can have the...
Miss Faye, that's not fair! You can't slander my witness with an... Winston Payne will not allow it! Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me, go right ahead.
I'm curious how 2-4 would have gone. That's a good... Oh, yeah, you're right! Because Maya wouldn't have existed to have been kidnapped, so there wouldn't have been any blackmail for Phoenix to have to deal with, and Phoenix would have existed. They would have had to find another defense attorney for that. Huh. Yeah, that would have been a really weird case, actually.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Express some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
Ray Shields handles 2-4.
I see.
Okay, I tied the two crimes together. Now I've got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Oh, you've really lit up.
Please stop talking about your ass, sir. I do not need to know about your old man ass, thank you.
I can hardly tell which is more inflamed.
Please! I do not need to know about your inflammations. Ugh.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons.
How do you know this?
Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So, you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
How would you know about this poison to begin with, woman? Oh, shoot, you're right, Woot! Like, Mia wouldn't have gotten the finger clock from Larry. No, Mia would have been killed anyway. The only difference there is that Mia wouldn't have stored the thing inside of the thinker clock. That's the only difference there. Because Mia still had the evidence against Red White, and Red White did go kill Mia regardless of where she stored the thinker.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. So speaking of alternate universes, new Loki tonight. Yep, can't wait. Oh my gosh. Loki honestly is probably my favorite of the MCU Disney Plus series that's currently out at the moment.
What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Aha! Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. A proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned and discussed something in the cafeteria that day.
What were you talking about with the defense attorney?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you are being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed, he said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger.
Why don't you tell us all about what that incident was?
That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case.
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne?
Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly! I'll protect you! Phoenix.
You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady.
Oh, Feeny, please.
Ugh, those two really are making me ill.
Albeit for decidedly different reasons.
I left my... You know what? Just because I'm worried I might accidentally get penalized for pressing too hard, let's do a quick save.
I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened.
How long were you gone?
I've already answered all these questions for the police, but if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes.
And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? What are you saying, Miss Faye?
Toilet?
My perfect little dolly doesn't poop. Okay. You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time. Yep, they don't poop. Okay, cool.
Oh, Feeny, please.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. Would you call it fecal, Matt? Okay. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time. You might even say bodily waste. Okay.
Objection sustained. Ms. Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony.
From what I've heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal to at just 2 teaspoons. We checked! She never poops!
About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons?
Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops say it's half a fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. Must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. A special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh, and where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive.
Yeah, and I hope we can talk to a fancy, detective, investigation, forensic student in the future by the name of Sykes. The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. And that's the reason they never arrested you? Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison? I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye. She's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions.
So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison.
Then all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great! Now, how did a little lit student get a hold of poison of all things? Can't be Cold Killer X, that's unrelated. Well, I know this is where the poison was, I just need to prove where she got it from. Very little information has been disclosed at this time since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old college student who was sitting with the victim. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It's unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee. I think I know where it is, but just in case, saving always helps. I think where you get a poison like that is from this. Please be right, please be right, please be right, please be right! Oops.
That's enough! This court sees no reason further to prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. There is no room, blah, 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 blah.
Phoenix right!
Oops.
Alright, let's try that again.
So I think I have the right idea that Dahlia's present is definitely the thing that was holding the poison. I just need to figure out where she got the poison.
Alternate timeline! So Pearl becomes the one.
Future leader of the Faye family.
Probably not that. Not that, not that, not that. Maybe. Not that.
I met a lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I mean, yeah. Wait a second. Ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. I left my seat for a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So as you can see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. I feel like I know what... I already figured out the solution. I already understand that the poison came from her necklace. I just don't know where to present on. It feels like it should have been the, oh, I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. I know where you got it from. You got it from the stupid necklace, but it doesn't count. Unless I'm missing the point on something here. Maybe I'm not supposed to be presenting where she got it from. Maybe I'm supposed to be presenting when she did it. Because, like, it says, like, oh, I left for a moment. Maybe it's the time period. But how did she get it to put it in the necklace? Ingested poison while interviewing the suspect. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. Is it a time frame thing? It might be a time frame thing. Let's try this. No good. Alright, skip through as quickly as we can. I feel like I have the right idea, I just don't know where to present. I might need another hint on this one, yeah. I feel like I have the right idea, I just don't know what to say in this situation. I could just load. You know what? Yeah, you're right. That would be faster. I didn't think about that. That does save time. You need to present a profile. Oh! I need to present a profile? Really? Oh. Oh! Oh! Of course! Oh! Why didn't I think of that? You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you. I completely forgot about the original case. Whoops. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow?
Oh, I understand what his last name is a pun on now. That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. If you recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Don't mind me, just jamming it out to the music. Ba-da-da. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you have access to such a poison after all. This is a good pursuit theme. I like it. And then it was a matter of shipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You.
Order! Could it be?
That's nothing but a baseless...
May I say something, Madame Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. Well, we already figured that one out.
Yes, that is true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? How the hell did no one notice this? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report.
Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away,
I think you need to show that some kind of proof.
Proof? She got me good with that.
Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye.
Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead. The police conducted a full body search of Dahlia. Did they also confirm that she cannot poop? And of the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
If you're going to accuse a young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container the poison was carrying? What happened to it?
Boom! You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present.
What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
Judge, come on. The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th. The very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away.
What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in there?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount.
Order in the court.
Phoenix! On behalf of Dolly, I object!
Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat!
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her!
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Mia, that is cold. Well, I guess she must have been madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... she's madly in love with you because of that necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. But my necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No, that's a lie! Okay, I wasn't expecting to see Phoenix to be the one that has a breakdown.
Mia, are you alright?
Yes, I think so.
That boy, he went completely insane!
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness. Oh no!
What is it?
The bottle necklace! Miss Hawthorne's present! It's gone!
What? That's terrible!
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed it. Oh. Phoenix. Dude.
Foolish boy.
That's the only thing that could have saved him. He is only 21. Young. Foolish.
What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
Larry didn't behave like that because Larry is an idiot. Phoenix is smarter than that. I'm sorry. I'm afraid your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me, I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace.
Are you kidding me? Phoenix! Why?
You what?
You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it. Phoenix, you just swallowed a poisoned container. Man in their early 20s are indestructible, apparently. Did Mia give Phoenix so much shit over this before the first game? Oh, I can imagine, Flarg. I can imagine. Yeah, there must have been leftover poison in that bottle. He ate a poison bottle. How is he still alive? Ugh. Ah! What the? What? What is he doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your feet out? Oh, no! That bottle you swallowed may have some poison left in it. Phoenix. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. How does this prove anything, Payne? Clearly, that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. What? How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overreactive imagination. You're not witty.
So it would seem.
No, there must be some mistake. That bottle must not have any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. There. It's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do.
I am gonna slap this man.
And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life.
That's not a very long life, will it be, then.
Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
What do you mean?
We didn't get to test the stupid bottle because Phoenix ate it. But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is...
I had evidence! It was consumed!
Even after I proved so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial.
But... Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright? What are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you.
What is it?
That day, the day I met Doug Swallow. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, that's none of your business! I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous! There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, this is the defendant is... Miss Faye, you tell them. That Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye?
If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore...
Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous! After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered! Well, it's true that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The poison that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But how could that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love!
Poor Mr. Wright. It must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said it before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why would she go so far as to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No. It can't be. It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. The poison for Phoenix Wright, the poison meant to kill Phoenix Wright, that poison. Right. That poison?
You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Feeny. What a joke you are. Oh. Honestly, how can anyone ever count on you for anything?
Bitch!
I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne?
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne! We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence?
It seems your sniveling little cryberry baby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Well, Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Oh! Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me? This way, Mr. Judge. With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. And ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. I can't let her get away this time.
Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you can pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No! You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray? Oh, fuck you.
Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. To be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible! You can't possibly! Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She's planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
I have a theory. I don't think it's going to work, but I do have a theory. Didn't Phoenix lose his Cold Killer X during lunchtime? She probably was planning on poisoning him with this. But how do I prove that? There's nothing that actually talks about it. That's my best theory. And this is all me hedging my bets on it. Here we go. And I was right. Let's go, baby. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X? Mr. Wright's beloved cold medicine?
Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. Boom, baby! I knew it!
What?
Remember what the defense said in his testimony? But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Oh, mine like a steel trap. I remembered. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. She had accidentally run into the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That's when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Code Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine. I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey? Mia Fey?
Oh, those butterflies just burnt up.
Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Miss Fey?
Those butterflies literally caught fire.
That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours.
For the time being?
Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Yes?
I'm gonna go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best.
We didn't even get a breakdown. Wow.
Whew.
It's finally over. Is it?
I refuse to accept this! The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim!
Even so, your witness seemed to have accepted it.
I don't care! I'm Winston Payne! And I don't believe this one word that this rookie lawyer has said! Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said.
There. It's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust this witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life.
So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right?
You see, yes.
And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life?
My hair! It's flying off! My beautiful hair! No!
I could have sworn he had bald hair. So I'm glad I did misremember that.
Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
There's that bald head that I know and love.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising.
And here's the origin story of his baldness. Literally blown away.
I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
Judge, please. Bald! Bald my eyes! Okay, we get it.
Don't lie, just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Faye,
Yes, Your Honor?
was it just me or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne,
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing my daughter.
it appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true. My dear Dolly.
Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judge.
Sephirak, thank you so much for a follow. Welcome to the stream.
Her milkshakes still bring me through the yard. Oh my god. Does she even have milkshakes? Barely.
I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix, right.
Besides, she doesn't even poo. She might be a mutant.
This court is adjourned.
April 11th, 3:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Mia, you were wonderful in there.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoid.
Oh my god! Explode like Mount Vesuvius! Okay, thank you. TMI.
Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them?
That's rather rude. What's rude is talking about hemorrhoids.
Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with a client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Case was good. Grossberg was completely useless as a co-counsel, but yeah, I kind of really liked it if he talked less about them hemorrhoids.
Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations!
Thanks. You know,
I was thinking. Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand. I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know would never have said those kinds of terrible things.
Phoenix.
Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something.
Boy.
This poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright.
For your sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best.
Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little.
But, out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. You know what? Considering the friends that you're friends with, I can believe that, actually. Oh yeah, Grossberg did bring me the records of the incident 8 months ago. You're not wrong about that. Eek! What kind of company does this guy keep? Probably some guy named Butts or something. Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying, but I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, I should be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Faye, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Aww. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. And my butts is going to be my first client. I hope we see each other again someday. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned, and managed to save my friend. Heck yeah, you did! But Mia has passed on to a better place. Yeah, she did. For me, this trial brings back a lot of painful memories. Ah, Turnabout Sisters! Ah! But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought I would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. Turnabout Memories. End. The Stolen Turnabout. All right. I think this is a pretty good stopping point. We just finished an episode of the first case. Now it's time to get to case 2. But yeah, I like this case. Stolen Turnabouts is real good. All right. Can't wait to get to that then. Oh man, this case was heavy and oh my gosh. Phoenix is such a lovesick puppy at the age of 21 and I feel so bad. I do. Oh, brings back... never had to experience that myself, but I feel for Phoenix. I really do. But yeah, next time on Phoenix Wright Trial, Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. God, that's a long-ass title. There's a reason why I had to shorten that in the title. We're going to get to Stolen Turnabout. See how I react to some of the later cases? Oh, for sure, Red. The next stream should be either this Thursday or Friday. I'll be sure to let you guys know. This Saturday is also the return to Fortune Street. I got a few brand new guests for me for that, so I hope you guys tune in for that. Should spoil that right now? I'll save that for next stream.
If there's any changes to the any changes to the schedule, you can follow me on Twitter at NoLimit42, where I post stream updates and general shenanigans. Alternatively, you guys can hit up the Discord server where we talk about anything and everything. We're a very friendly bunch there, and we're always welcome to any new faces. We also do movie nights every single Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're currently going through the Disney direct-to-video movies because we're idiots and we thought it'd be funny. So, the next two movies that we are watching are Stitch the Movie and The Lion King 1.5. Both movies are actually not too bad, so if you guys want to tune in for that, consider joining the Discord server. And one final time, my computer is being a giant butt right now. It's been crashing a lot lately. It actually crashed earlier this stream. I really hate that it happened, and I am trying to get a new computer ready soon, so, again, you guys never have to ever donate for my streams to enjoy the streams, but if you guys want to help out with my new computer fund, I would really, really appreciate it. Again, you never have to donate. This is not me begging you guys to donate or anything like that. This is me just saying, if you guys want to help, I would appreciate it. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank y'all for coming out tonight. Let's go find a raid target. What was that raid message again that I had in mind? I think it was Homicide Sandwich. Yeah, I think it was Homicide Sandwich. So let's see who we're going to raid. Oh, I haven't raided this person before. Why not? Let's go for them. Oh, Homicide Lunch. That's what it was. So not hemorrhoids doing the hard... You know what? You know what? I kind of like... You know what? Just because of who we're raiding, I think they're going to appreciate it. Just because of who we're going to be raiding, we're going to go with that. Okay, raid message is Hemorrhoids doing the Harlem Shake, and we're going to be raiding. If I can copy their name, please. There we go. We're going to be raiding Ace Fangirl, aka Diana. She is currently playing through Metopia. So how about you go send her some love? I'm sure she's going to appreciate the raid message. But yeah. Like I said, next stream will be either Thursday or Friday. I'll let you guys know. And Fortune Street on Saturday. So yeah. Rating of someone studying for the bar. I know, it's perfect, right? Alright, and with all that said and done, I'll catch y'all later. Have a good night, everybody.